Wait before you scroll away. Answer this honestly. Why does it feel like something in your life just shifted overnight? Why does it seem like the old version of you no longer fits? If you're hearing this right now, it's not random. Many chosen ones are stepping into a major turning point as this new moon reset hits in November 2025, and you might be one of them. You may have noticed strange emotions, sudden endings, or unexpected chances appearing out of nowhere. It's almost as if life is rearranging itself without your permission. That feeling isn't confusion, it's transition. In this video, we will talk about the 6 signs that your destiny is changing, and why this moment could shape your future in ways you can't see yet. Things that once felt heavy may start falling away. New paths might show up when you least expect them. You might even feel a strong pull toward a different direction without knowing why. Stay with me, because what's happening right now could be the turning point you've been waiting for, your reset, your shift, your breakthrough moment. One of the first signs that your destiny is shifting during this new moon reset is a sudden emotional clarity. This is when feelings that used to confuse you finally make sense. Instead of being overwhelmed by mixed emotions, you start understanding why you feel a certain way and what those feelings are trying to tell you. It's like someone turned the lights on in a room you've been stumbling through for months. You may notice that decisions that once felt difficult now feel obvious. For example, you might wake up one morning and realize you're done tolerating disrespect, or you suddenly know which direction you want to take in your career or relationships. That inner noise quiets down and your priorities become clearer. This isn't a random shift, it's your intuition speaking louder than your fears. Emotional clarity can also show up as a calm confidence when facing situations that used to trigger anxiety. Instead of reacting impulsively, you respond with understanding and self-respect. You start recognizing what drains you and what supports your growth. This clarity gives you the courage to make choices that align with who you are becoming, not who you used to be. This is a powerful sign that your destiny is changing, because clarity leads to action, and action leads to transformation. Another strong sign that your destiny is shifting is the effortless release of old habits that once felt impossible to break. You may notice that behaviors you used to cling to, procrastination, overthinking, people-pleasing, staying up late, or constantly checking your phone, suddenly feel uncomfortable or unnecessary. Instead of forcing yourself to change, you naturally lose interest in the patterns that kept you stuck. This shift often shows up in small everyday moments. Maybe you stop craving the same unhealthy foods, you feel less drawn to wasting time with certain people, or you no longer enjoy routines that once felt comforting. You might find yourself choosing healthier options, becoming more organized, or prioritizing your goals without needing motivation from anyone else. It's not about discipline, it's about alignment. Your inner self is moving forward, and your habits are adjusting to match that growth. Releasing old habits is a major sign that the new moon reset is reshaping your path. When the behaviors that held you back start falling away, you create space for new routines that support your purpose. This kind of shift shows that you are preparing for a higher version of yourself, one that is ready for progress and long-term change. Another clear sign that your destiny is shifting is when certain relationships naturally come to an end, especially the ones that drain your energy. This doesn't always happen through conflict or dramatic breakups. Sometimes people simply fade out of your life, the conversations feel forced, or you notice you no longer connect the way you used to. You may suddenly feel exhausted after talking to someone who once felt familiar and comfortable. Their negativity, constant complaints, or lack of support becomes more noticeable. Instead of feeling guilty for stepping back, you feel relieved. That relief is important. It shows that your spirit is protecting your peace. You might also realize that you are the one always giving time, giving emotional support, giving encouragement, while receiving very little in return. When your destiny begins to shift, your energy becomes more valuable and you become more selective about who gets access to it. This change isn't about rejecting people. It's about recognizing who helps you grow and who keeps you stuck. When draining relationships fall away, it opens the door for healthier connections, people who respect you inspire you, and match the person you are becoming. Letting go creates space for new relationships that align with your next chapter. This is a powerful sign that your path is moving forward. Another powerful sign that your destiny is changing is the sudden appearance of new opportunities, sometimes in ways you never expected. These opportunities can seem small at first, like a random message, a new idea that excites you, or someone mentioning something that sparks your interest. But they carry a feeling of possibility, as if a door you didn't know existed has just opened. You may notice invitations, offers, or chances that weren't available before. For example, someone may recommend you for a job or project. You might find a course or skill that feels perfectly aligned with your goals, or a helpful person shows up at exactly the right moment. These moments feel too perfect to ignore, and they often arrive when you're finally ready to move forward. What makes these opportunities special is how natural they feel. You don't have to chase or force them. They flow into your life with ease. There's a sense of timing, as if things are lining up behind the scenes to support your growth. When new opportunities start appearing, it's a sign that the universe is redirecting you toward a better path. It's confirmation that your energy has shifted and that you're being guided towards something more meaningful. Pay attention, because one small yes can lead to major change. Another major sign that your destiny is shifting during this new moon reset is a noticeable increase in intuition. You may find yourself just knowing things without any logical explanation. Maybe you suddenly feel that a certain decision is right for you, or you sense that someone's intentions aren't genuine, even if everything looks fine on the surface. This inner guidance often shows up as a strong feeling in your chest or stomach, a quiet thought that keeps returning, or a sudden realization that feels undeniable. You might catch yourself saying, "I don't know how, but I just know." That's intuition becoming louder and clearer. You may also start noticing patterns and signs more frequently, repeating numbers, meaningful coincidences, or conversations that seem perfectly timed. These moments can feel like gentle nudges directing you toward the right path. Instead of second-guessing yourself, you feel more confident trusting your inner voice. What makes this shift powerful is that intuition helps you make better choices. It guides you away from situations that could drain or delay you and toward opportunities that support your growth. When your intuition strengthens, it means you are becoming more aligned with your purpose and more connected to your true direction. This heightened awareness is a strong indicator that your destiny is evolving. Your inner guidance is preparing you for the next chapter. One of the most noticeable signs that your destiny is shifting is a strong desire for change, real, meaningful change. This isn't the usual "I should do better" feeling. It's a deep pull from within, urging you to move in a new direction. You may wake up feeling tired of your old routine, uninterested in the same conversations, or suddenly aware that you've outgrown certain environments. This desire often shows up as a quiet but persistent thought. "I can't keep living like this." You might feel motivated to improve your health, switch careers, learn something new, or finally start a dream you've been putting off. What's interesting is that this motivation feels more natural than forced. Instead of pushing yourself, you feel drawn toward progress. You may also notice that staying the same feels uncomfortable. The things that once felt safe or familiar now feel limiting. That discomfort isn't a punishment. It's a sign that you're ready to step into a bigger version of yourself. This inner push for change is powerful because it shifts your mindset from waiting to acting. It shows that your spirit has already moved forward and now your life is catching up. When you feel this strong desire for change, it's a clear indication that your destiny is preparing for a major reset. Another meaningful sign that your destiny is shifting is the appearance of unexpected guidance. This can come in ways you don't anticipate, through a random conversation, a video you weren't planning to watch, a message from someone you haven't spoken to in a long time, or even a sudden thought that feels unusually clear and helpful. It often shows up at the exact moment you need direction, almost as if life is answering a question you didn't say out loud. You may notice that solutions arrive faster, or you're pointed toward the right information without searching for it. For example, You might be struggling with a decision, and then someone casually mentions something that gives you clarity, or you stumble across an opportunity that aligns perfectly with what you want. These moments feel perfectly timed, and they carry a sense of relief or certainty. What makes this guidance special is the feeling behind it. It doesn't pressure you, it simply fits. You feel supported, reassured, and more confident about the next step. This kind of guidance suggests that you are being directed toward a better path, even if you don't fully understand the bigger picture yet. When helpful signs and direction start appearing effortlessly, it's a strong indication that your destiny is shifting in your favor. You are being guided toward the future meant for you. Another powerful sign that your destiny is shifting is the sudden feeling of being spiritually protected. You may notice that situations that once stressed or worried you don't affect you in the same way anymore. Instead of feeling alone or unsupported, there's a quiet confidence inside you, a sense that something greater is watching over you and guiding your steps. This protection often shows up through close calls or moments where things could have gone wrong, but somehow worked out in your favor. Maybe you avoided a bad decision without knowing why, missed an event that later turned chaotic, or someone's true intentions were revealed just in time. These experiences remind you that you are being kept away from harm and placed where you need to be. You might also feel calmer in situations that used to trigger fear. Challenges still appear, but you handle them with more strength and patience. There's a feeling that everything will work out, even if you don't know how yet. That inner peace is not random, it's a sign of alignment. Feeling spiritually protected means your path is being cleared and guarded as you move into a new chapter. This protection helps you step forward with courage, knowing your destiny is unfolding in the right direction. Another powerful sign that your destiny is changing is the shift in your mindset. Instead of focusing on what's going wrong, you start thinking in terms of possibilities and solutions. Challenges that once felt overwhelming now feel like temporary obstacles you can overcome. You begin to believe that improvement is not only possible, it's within reach. This mindset shift can show up in simple moments. Maybe you catch yourself saying, "I can fix this," instead of giving up, or you start taking small steps toward your goals without waiting for the perfect moment. You feel more determined, more hopeful, and more willing to try again after setbacks. That willingness is a major indicator of growth. You may also notice that your thoughts become more supportive. The negative inner voice that used to hold you back becomes quieter, and a new voice appears, one that encourages you, reminds you of your strengths, and pushes you forward. This inner confidence gives you the motivation to take action instead of staying stuck. A breakthrough mindset is important because it changes how you respond to life. When you start seeing opportunities where you once saw problems, you open the door for real transformation. This shift shows that you're mentally preparing for the new chapter that's coming your way. Another strong sign that your destiny is shifting is a sudden feeling of restlessness. This isn't the usual boredom or impatience. It's a deep inner stirring that makes you feel like you're meant to be somewhere else or doing something different. You might feel uneasy in your current routine, even if nothing is technically wrong. It's as if your spirit is nudging you, saying, "There's more for you than this." This restlessness often shows up when you've outgrown a situation but haven't stepped into the next stage yet. You may find it harder to stay comfortable in environments that once felt familiar. For example, you might sit at work or in a conversation and feel disconnected, or you may lose interest in hobbies that used to excite you. Instead of feeling satisfied, you feel a craving for progress, growth, or new experiences. You might also notice a surge of thoughts and ideas about improving your life. Maybe you suddenly think about moving, starting a new project, changing habits, or meeting new people. This isn't random, it's your inner self preparing you for the next chapter. Restlessness before change is valuable because it pushes you to move forward. It's a sign that your energy is shifting and your destiny is getting ready to unfold in a bigger way. Instead of seeing this feeling as discomfort, recognize it as a signal that something new is approaching. Another meaningful sign that your destiny is shifting is the natural creation of new routines. You may find yourself doing things differently without forcing it. For example, you might start waking up earlier, organizing your space, planning your day more clearly, or choosing activities that make you feel productive and fulfilled. These changes feel smooth and natural, not like a strict rule you're trying to follow. What's interesting is that these new routines often appear in small habits. Maybe you start reading more, drinking more water, spending less time on social media, or taking short walks to clear your mind. You might begin prioritizing your goals, setting boundaries, or making time for personal growth. These adjustments show that your mindset and priorities are shifting toward a healthier direction. The most powerful part of this sign is the feeling of consistency. Instead of relying on motivation, you feel drawn to routines that support your well-being. It becomes easier to stay committed because these habits reflect who you are becoming. New routines forming is a strong indicator that your destiny is changing because your daily actions shape your future. When your habits start aligning with your growth, you're building the foundation for long-term transformation and success. Another powerful sign that your destiny is shifting is the increase in synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that feel too perfectly timed to ignore. You may start seeing repeating numbers like 111, 222, or 555, hearing the same message from different people, or thinking about someone right before they contact you. These moments can feel surprising, but they carry a sense of recognition, as if life is giving you a hint or confirming your thoughts. Synchronicities often show up when you're moving in the right direction. For example, you might be considering a new job or project, and suddenly you see a post about it, someone mentions it in conversation, or an opportunity related to it appears. You may also notice signs that match your emotions, such as a quote, song lyric, or video that speaks directly to what you're experiencing. What makes synchronicities meaningful is how they make you feel. They tend to bring excitement, comfort, or a strong sense of this means something. Instead of feeling lost, you feel guided and supported. These experiences remind you that you're not wandering aimlessly, your path is aligning. When synchronicities increase, it's a clear indication that your energy is shifting and your destiny is becoming more aligned. Life is communicating with you, showing that you're moving towards something important. Another meaningful sign that your destiny is shifting is a noticeable rise in inner confidence. This isn't the loud, showy kind of confidence. It's quiet, steady, and genuine. You begin trusting yourself more, even without needing approval from others. Decisions that once required reassurance now feel easier to make because you believe in your own judgment. You may notice that you're no longer seeking validation for every choice. Instead of asking, "Do you think this is right?" you start saying, "I know this is right for me." That shift comes from recognizing your worth and understanding what you truly want. You stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable and start taking up space in your own life. This confidence often shows up in the way you speak, act, and carry yourself. You might set boundaries without feeling guilty, express your opinions more clearly, or take action on ideas you used to hesitate about. Even when challenges appear, you handle them with more strength and patience. Inner confidence rising is powerful because it changes how you move through the world. When you trust yourself, you make choices that align with your purpose instead of settling for less. This shift shows that you're stepping into a stronger version of yourself, one that's ready to shape a new chapter in your destiny. Another clear sign that your destiny is shifting is when letting go no longer feels painful or impossible. Things you once held onto tightly, whether it's a person, a routine, a goal, or an old version of yourself, start losing their emotional grip. Instead of fighting to keep them in your life, you feel a sense of acceptance and peace about moving forward. This change often surprises people. Someone who used to struggle with endings may suddenly feel calm when a friendship fades, a job changes, or a plan doesn't work out. You begin to understand that not everything is meant to stay, and forcing something to continue only blocks your progress. There's a quiet realization that what leaves your life is making space for something better. Letting go can also show up in simple ways. Maybe you clean out your room, delete contacts you no longer talk to, or stop chasing people who don't value you. You might release old expectations, like timelines, perfection, or the need to prove yourself. These shifts aren't driven by anger or frustration. They come from clarity and growth. When letting go becomes easier, it's a powerful sign that you're emotionally maturing. You're no longer attached to what holds you back. Instead, you're preparing for new opportunities and relationships that align with who you are becoming. This openness allows your destiny to unfold more smoothly without unnecessary resistance. Another exciting sign that your destiny is shifting is a sudden wave of creative inspiration. Ideas start flowing more easily, and you feel motivated to express yourself in new ways. This inspiration can show up in many forms. You might feel drawn to writing, drawing, designing, organizing, planning, or creating something meaningful that reflects who you are becoming. Even if you never considered yourself a creative person, you may notice a spark of imagination waking up inside you. This shift often appears when your mind is clearer and your energy is no longer tied to old situations. With less emotional weight holding you down, your thoughts become more open and imaginative. You might come up with solutions to problems that once felt complicated, or suddenly see a better way to approach your goals. New ideas feel exciting instead of overwhelming. Creative inspiration can also lead to new passions or hobbies. Maybe you feel the urge to start a small business, learn a skill, redecorate your space, or share your voice online. These impulses are meaningful. They show that your inner world is expanding and your confidence is growing. When creativity increases, it's a sign that you're stepping into a fresh chapter with new possibilities. Your mind is aligning with growth, and your spirit is encouraging you to build something that reflects your future, not your past. Another powerful sign that your destiny is shifting is the feeling of being pulled towards something meaningful, even if you can't fully explain it yet. This isn't random curiosity, it's a strong inner direction that keeps returning to your mind and heart. You may feel drawn to a certain career path, a personal goal, a place, or a lifestyle change that feels right on a deeper level. What makes this feeling unique is that it doesn't go away. You might try to ignore it or convince yourself it's unrealistic, but the thought keeps resurfacing. For example, you may keep thinking about starting a business, learning a new skill, moving to a different city, or helping others in a specific way. Every time you consider it, you feel a spark of excitement or a sense of alignment. This pull often comes with a quiet certainty, not loud or dramatic, but steady. You may not know every step ahead, yet something inside you feels guided. You start noticing signs, opportunities, or ideas that support this direction, making it feel even more purposeful. Feeling pulled toward a purpose is a major indicator that your inner and outer worlds are aligning. Your spirit is guiding you toward a path that matches your potential, preparing you for a future that feels more fulfilling and authentic. This pull is not accidental, it's a sign that your destiny is calling. Another meaningful sign that your destiny is shifting is a stronger sense of self-worth. You begin to recognize your value in a way you didn't before. Instead of settling for the bare minimum, you start expecting respect, effort, and appreciation from yourself and from others. You no longer feel comfortable accepting treatment that makes you feel small or unimportant. This shift often shows up in subtle moments. You might stop saying yes to things you don't want to do, or you finally speak up when something bothers you. You begin setting healthier boundaries without feeling guilty because you understand that your time, energy, and emotions matter. You stop chasing people who don't reciprocate and start investing in those who truly support you. Increased self-worth also affects how you treat yourself. You may take better care of your health, spend time on personal goals, or reward yourself for progress instead of criticizing every flaw. You become kinder to yourself, recognizing your strengths instead of constantly focusing on mistakes. This change is powerful because it raises the standard for everything in your life. When you know your value, you stop accepting situations that limit you. You naturally attract opportunities, relationships, and experiences that match the higher version of who you're becoming. Increased self-worth shows that you're stepping into a more confident and empowered chapter of your destiny. Another noticeable sign that your destiny is shifting is experiencing spiritual awakening symptoms. These changes can feel confusing at first, especially if you don't realize what's happening. You may feel more sensitive to energy, more aware of your surroundings, or more emotionally connected to certain situations. Things that never affected you before may suddenly feel overwhelming or meaningful. You might also experience physical or emotional shifts. For example, you could feel unusually tired, struggle to sleep, or have bursts of energy for no clear reason. Some people notice changes in their appetite, increased vivid dreams, or stronger need for quiet and alone time. These experiences are not random. They often happen when your mind and body are adjusting to a higher level of awareness. Spiritual awakening symptoms can also appear in your thoughts. You may start questioning old beliefs, feeling disconnected from outdated routines, or craving more purpose in your everyday life. You might feel drawn toward personal growth, healing, or understanding yourself on a deeper level. Although these symptoms can feel uncomfortable, they're actually a positive sign. They show that you're shedding old emotional layers and becoming more aligned with your true self. Your intuition, mindset, and energy are shifting to support the new chapter that's forming. This inner transformation is a strong indicator that your destiny is expanding in powerful ways. Another powerful sign that your destiny is shifting is noticing how things start happening at the right time. Situations that were blocked for months suddenly open up, and opportunities arrive exactly when you're ready for them. It may feel like delays, cancellations, or unexpected changes are pushing you in a certain direction, but later you realize those moments protected you or prepared you for something better. You might look back and think, if that had worked out earlier, I wouldn't be where I am now. This understanding shows that timing is playing an important role in your life. For example, a job you didn't get may lead to a better offer, a relationship ending may create space for someone more supportive, or a setback may push you to build skills you'll soon need. Divine timing also shows up when things fall into place effortlessly. The right person calls, the right information appears, or you get an opportunity just when you were considering giving up. These moments feel reassuring, as if life is saying, this is where you're meant to be. When events start aligning without force, it's a strong sign that your path is guided. You're moving according to a timing that supports your growth, and everything is lining up for your next chapter. The final sign that your destiny is shifting during this new moon reset is a strong sense that a new beginning is unfolding in your life. You may not see the full picture yet, but you can feel that something is changing beneath the surface. There's a quiet excitement inside you, as if you're standing at the start of a new chapter, even if nothing major has happened outwardly. This feeling often shows up as hope returning after a long period of struggle or stagnation. You might notice that you're looking forward to the future again, thinking about possibilities instead of limitations. Even small improvements feel meaningful, like the first steps towards something bigger. You may catch yourself thinking, things are finally turning around, without knowing exactly why. You may also feel more open to new experiences and willing to take chances you previously avoided. The fear that held you back starts losing power, and curiosity takes its place. You feel ready for change, ready for growth, and ready to step into opportunities that match who you are becoming. A sense of a new beginning is powerful because it shifts your energy and mindset. When you feel hopeful and prepared for what's ahead, you naturally attract better experiences. This feeling is a clear sign that your destiny is moving forward and that a fresh, more aligned chapter is beginning in your life. And now, chosen one, if these signs are showing up in your life, it's not random. This new moon reset is shaping your path, clearing what no longer belongs, and getting you toward a destiny that is finally aligned with who you are becoming. You're not going backward, you're stepping into a stronger, wiser, more empowered version of yourself. Everything you're feeling right now, the shift, the restlessness, the clarity, it's all part of your transformation. Trust that the changes happening around you are preparing you for breakthroughs you once prayed for. You are being positioned for opportunities, connections, and growth that match your true purpose. Here on Cosmic Shift, I want you to remember this. You are not behind, you are not forgotten, and you are not stuck. Your story is still unfolding in powerful ways, even if you can't see the full picture yet. If this message spoke to you, let me know in the comments. Which sign did you relate to the most? Before you go, comment this positive affirmation to claim it. My destiny is shifting in my favor, and I am ready for my new beginning. Type it below and step confidently into the next chapter of your life. Your breakthrough is closer than you think.